Hello everyone! This episode's topic is cases of personal pronouns. This is still a part of our intensive English grammar series, but this time we are going to delve deeper into the cases of personal pronouns. Personal pronouns have three cases: the nominative case, the objective case, and the possessive case. Illustrated in this table are the pronouns for each of the cases and in which person they belong to, the first person, second person, or third person. So for the first person, we have here I for the nominative case, me for the objective case, and my and mine for the possessive case. While for the second person, we have you for the nominative case, still you for the objective case, and you and yours for the possessive case. And for the third person, he, she, and it are in the nominative case, him, her, and it are in the objective case, and his, her, hers, and its, without the apostrophe, are in the possessive case. Those are the pronouns for the singular in the nominative, objective, and possessive cases. While for the plural, we have we for the first person, us for the first person objective, our and ours for possessive first person. While for the second person, we have you and you both for nominative and objective, and your and yours for the possessive. And lastly, for the third person, we have they for nominative, them for the objective, and their and theirs for the possessive. We will tackle each of the cases in detail in the following slides, and we begin with the nominative case. A pronoun is in the nominative case when it acts as subject of the verb, like in this example, they nominated Vincent. So in this case, our pronoun they is the subject of the verb nominated, doing the action of nominating our object. And we used a pronoun which is in the nominative case. We did not say them nominated Vincent. That would be in the objective case, and that would not make sense. Another example is we finally granted their request. So again, our subject we is in the nominative case because it is acting as subject of the verb granted. And the last example, she and her sister are planning a surprise party. So our subject, she and her sister, in this case, the pronoun highlighted is she, and it is again in the nominative case because it would not make sense if we say her and her sister are planning a surprise party. If we take out her sister, that would be her is planning, and that again would be grammatically incorrect. So that's for the pronoun in the nominative case being used as subject of the verb. Now a pronoun could also be in the nominative case when it is used as a predicate nominative, also known as subject complement, after any form of the verb be. These verbs could be am, is, are, was, were, been, and other linking verbs. The predicate nominative refers back to our subject. Like in this example, the architect of that mansion is she. So our she here is acting as predicate nominative referring back to the subject, which is the architect of that mansion. So if we kind of move the predicate nominative and the subject, we could be saying she is the architect of that mansion, and that would still make total sense. Another example would be the advocates of this program are they. So they here, our predicate nominative, refers back to our subject, advocates of this program. And if we switch that again, they are the advocates of this program, and again, makes sense. And the last example, it was I, it wasn't they. So normally, like in the normal American expression that we have, we would say it's me, it's them. When we answer the phone, we would say, hi, I'm looking for Sarah. Yeah, it's me. Technically, grammatically, it should be it was I, or it wasn't they. Or when you answer the phone, it would be, hi, I'm looking for Sarah. Yeah, this is she. I know that sounds a bit weird and strange. If this is new to you, I have just debunked some sort of myth that you have had before, but this is really the correct way that we say it. Nowadays, of course, we would accept any form of that utterance because we still understand each other, but grammatically, syntactically, this would be the correct form of this kind of sentence. So that's for the pronoun in the nominative case used as predicate nominative. And here now we have a pronoun is in the nominative case when it is used as the appositive of the subject of the verb or the appositive of the predicate nominative. So we have learned before the subject of the verb and then the predicate nominative. And here now we have the appositive of either the subject of the verb or the appositive of the predicate nominative, also known as subject complement. Our examples are the following. 2 students, he and I, will receive awards for good behavior. In this sentence, our pronouns he and I are appositives of our subject, which is students or 2 students. So if we take out the words 2 students, we will be having the sentence he and I will receive awards for good behavior. He will receive an award for good behavior. I will receive an award for good behavior. And that again is still correct. Another example would be, we girls must have more drive in life. Our pronoun we is an appositive of the subject, which is girls. Alright, so if we take out girls, we'll have we must have more drive in life. And again, still makes sense. And the last example, the class valedictorians are 2 girls, Mary and I. Our pronoun I is an appositive of the predicate nominative, which is girls. The girls are Mary and I. If, for example, we take out our predicate nominative, which is girls, and we replace that with Mary and I, the class valedictorians are Mary and I. We would, for example, take Mary and I as the predicate nominative, and if we switch that, Mary and I are the class valedictorians. I am a class valedictorian, and again, still grammatically correct. That's kind of just my way of making sure that I get the right case of the pronoun, is like I switch that. So that's for the nominative case. We now go to the objective case. The objective case is used as direct object of a verb. An example here, mother summoned Marc and me. So we used the pronoun me in the objective case because that would be the object receiving the action of summoning by the subject, which is mother. So how do I make sure that I get the right case this time? If I take out, for example, Marc, that would be mother summoned me, and still it would be correct. Another example is Mrs. Palacios invited the boys and us. So here us, our pronoun, is in the objective case because it is receiving the action of being invited by the subject, which is Mrs. Palacios. So making sure we take out boys, Mrs. Palacios invited us. Correct. Another use of the pronoun in the objective case is as indirect object of a verb. For example, the chef served Aumer Anne and me a sumptuous dinner. So this time our pronoun in the objective case is used as indirect object of a verb because our direct object is dinner. Dinner is receiving the action of being served by the chef, which is the subject, and the object is being served to the indirect object, which is me. The chef served me, just to make sure that it's correct. Another example is a mailman handed Rachel and him a heavy package. Our indirect object, the pronoun him, is receiving the direct object, which is the heavy package, and our direct object is receiving the action of being handed by the mailman, which is the subject. I hope that's clear. The next use of the pronoun in the objective case is as object of, this time, the preposition. Like in this example, the teacher complains that his students have never reported to him. Our pronoun him is the object of our preposition to him. So the object would be right after the preposition. Another example would be, without them, this project would not have been completed. Our pronoun them is the object of the preposition without. And then the last example, the committee members discussed their plans with Mercy, Anne, and me. Pronoun me, still the object of the preposition with. Next use of the pronoun in the objective case is as subject of the infinitive. A while ago it was the object of the preposition. This time it is the subject of the infinitive. It comes right before the infinitive. Like in this example, Rex asked her to deliver the package. Our pronoun her is the subject of the infinitive to deliver. Alright? Another example, Mercedes required her students and me to report to school on Saturday. Subject of the infinitive is me and the infinitive is to report. Another example, would you like them to sing for you? Pronoun is them. It's in the objective case, used as the subject of the infinitive to sing. Another use of the objective case is as object of an infinitive. A while ago it was the subject of the infinitive and it comes before the infinitive. This time it is the object of the infinitive and it comes right after the infinitive. Like in this example, we found the culprit to be him. Our infinitive is to be and the object of that infinitive is him. It comes right after the infinitive. Another example is the carpenter offered to help us. Our infinitive is to help and the object of that infinitive is us. And the last use of the pronoun in the objective case is as a positive of a noun in the objective case. Example, the policeman helped old people, Mr. and Mrs. Santos and me, cross the street. So, me is the object of the appositive of the direct object people. People is the direct object receiving the action of being helped by the policeman. And for people, we have appositives for them. Who are these people? Mr. and Mrs. Santos and me. Alright, so that is why our pronoun me is in the objective case because it is the appositive of the direct object, which is people. If we take out the direct object people and the other words there, Mr. and Mrs. Santos, we would be saying the policeman helped me. And again, it would make perfect sense. Another example is we owe a debt of gratitude to just two women, Attorney Morales and her. So again, her is the appositive of the object of the preposition women. So our preposition is to two women, and women is the object of the preposition, which is why the appositive, which is Attorney Morales and her should be in the objective case. Last example, we handed the interns, Dr. Porras and him, the bill for occupying the apartment. So this time our pronoun him is the appositive of the indirect object interns. Okay, the bill is the direct object and it is receiving the action of being handed. Handed to whom? To the interns, making the interns as the indirect object. So it should be, if there is a pronoun for the indirect object, that would be in the objective case. But in this case, this is not a pronoun, interns, but rather it has an appositive, which is Dr. Porras and him. So naturally, the appositive for this indirect object would also be in the objective case. The last case of our personal pronoun is the possessive case. The possessive case is used to show possession or ownership. Possessive pronouns followed by nouns are also called possessive adjectives. Like here in these examples, their car is in the repair shop. Our pronoun there shows possession. Whose car is it? Their car. So the word that we use is a pronoun, possessive pronoun, which is there. And the spelling would be T-H-E-I-R and not T-H-E-R-E. And this is a common mistake for some people. Another example is, of course, the enemy would not divulge his secret weapon. Whose secret weapon is it? His secret weapon. And the last example, this book is hers. Hers is a pronoun in the possessive case. Whose book is it? Hers. So this is a rather long discussion of the cases of personal pronouns, but this is really a lesson that we can learn from, because this is where many of our mistakes in speaking English and using English lie. So it is important that we take to heart what we have learned today, and I really do hope that you have learned something from this discussion. And if there are any questions that you may have with the lesson, you may comment that down in the comment section, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye!